Hi, this is Jim with Winchester Systems. In this brief video, I'll illustrate the procedure to set up self-encrypting drives in the FlashDisk. And first, we'll log into our FlashDisk Global Manager. Now, Winchester Systems has implemented a nice flexible key system where we can either enable an SED key on a subsystem or chassis level by storing it in the backplane, or we can do it on a per logical drive or logical volume basis. So first what we'll do is we'll select our array, which we want to enable the SED protection on, and we will create an SED authentication key. Now there's two ways to create a key. We can actually type in a password, something that's easy for you to remember in your environment, or we can actually have a key automatically generated. If we generate it, it will be saved in the form of a bin file, which then you can put on your PC or a USB drive and lock that in a safe. Either way, you'll have it encrypted. And once we've saved the key, we need to browse to the key and apply it to the system so it can save it onto the backplane. Okay, so now our SED authentication key, which is global because it's per subsystem, has been created. After it's been created, you can always modify it by changing the password or applying the encrypted bin file key and creating a new one for fear that you've lost the key or the key has been compromised. Another method to generate a key is to do a local key, which is based on a logical volume. So what we'll do is actually configure this logical drive, and you'll see the SED security is currently disabled. So we'll enable that, and we'll set a logical drive authentication key. Now again, there's two methods, the same as the global key. You can type in a manual password, something that makes sense to you that you won't forget, or you can create an encrypted bin file, as we did in the last step. So this time we'll just set a password on this one. And we'll do it this method. And now it will save the authentication key or password we just entered into the reserve space on each individual disk in the logical drive. So there's essentially, in this case, going to be 4 copies of this because there are 4 disks in our logical drive. Now you can see that the logical drive, all 4 members, have a little SED indicator, and when you mouse over you can see security is true, which means SED is enabled. Now if you wanted to disable this, it's as simple as configuring the logical drive again, disabling your key, and entering your password and hitting apply. And now it will be unencrypted. Now the advantages of using a local key on a per logical drive basis is that you can actually roam this logical drive from chassis to chassis. In other words, if you wanted to take this 4-disk logical drive physically out of this subsystem and move it to another subsystem in another location, you can simply insert them. Now when you insert them, the logical drive will come up in a isolated state, and all you'll need to do is type in your security key or authentication key, and your logical drive will be online. Another very important feature associated with SED drives is a secure erase function. To do that, it merely takes seconds per disk to securely erase and change the authentication key, rendering the data inaccessible and useless to any outside entity and to anything for that matter. The first step is to delete the logical volume, because if you're going to erase the keys on the drive, that means the data needs to be stripped. Now that the logical drive has been deleted, we go to the Drives menu, and we can click on SED Quick Erase, and you'll see that our 4 drives that used to be in the logical drive still have the SED indicator. We select one at a time and erase. As you can see, that took seconds. And we'll do the next one. And so forth until all 4 drives have been done. So it's mere seconds per disk. And then you're guaranteed that no data will be recoverable from that drive by any means. And there you have it. That's Winchester's easy way of SED key implementation by either using a global key on a per subsystem basis or a local key on a per logical drive basis or RAID array basis. Also, with the secure erase function, it definitely ensures that in a pinch your data can quickly be erased, eradicated, and never recovered again. Thanks for joining this quick video. We'll catch you next time. Have a good day.